When we wear a mask or a cover over our face for a prolonged period of time, what are the effects? I mean, what can be the effects of the human body, to the human body?
Well, some of the health professionals talk about how you're never meant to wear a mask for more than 15 to 20 minutes at a time. And there's, of course, different kinds of masks, and we can talk about that under OSHA regulations and things like that, because the different masks do different things. Well, what about the surgeons that wear masks for hours? Well, those are surgical masks that do not inhibit their oxygen uptake, because you do not want your doctor passing out during surgery. Right. It's a surgical mask that's meant to be used in a pristine surgical environment. It's a sterile environment, right. And it's to keep any bodily fluids from the doctor, et cetera, contaminating the patient. So, if you wanted to protect people, wear a surgical mask. The problem is, if you wear that as a consumer in a social environment, a regular environment will clog that mask very, very quickly. It clog it in 15 to 20 minutes, but at least you won't be inhibiting your oxygen uptake. So the other mask, the N95, is meant to be used in a contaminated environment. It's good for fumes. It's good for things like that. And it offers zero protection to the person on the other side, because whatever you exhale is being exhaled into the environment. So if you are symptomatic with COVID and you breathe with an N95 mask, okay, it's protecting you from bacteria and larger things. That way, it still doesn't totally protect from the virus. But the exhalation is not filtered at all, and it's still spreading the COVID. If a COVID active symptomatic person uses it. So that's not the solution either. And then cloth masks are ridiculous. I mean, just redunculous would be a term. We look like dumb Americans. It's like the gagging. It surely has been showing some of the censorship, because it takes away your voice. It's, it's like blocking our communication. Right. So much of the communication. But the oxygen uptake is a very critical thing. And if they're mandating wearing a mask, there's nothing that makes you do something that's detrimental to your own health, because that mask will reduce the oxygen uptake by 20 to 50%. Wow. The body through expiration is meant to be breathing out, expelling the toxins, the carbon dioxide. You don't want to be rebreathing that. It's also going to suppress the immune function, which can activate your own retroviruses and things, because those are being expelled into the mask. The mask has to be sanitized every time, or you're rebreathing the micromolds and all the things from the accumulation of what your body's trying to expel. But carbon dioxide buildup, actually one of the OSHA tests, they did a test without a mask, because we're to have 20.5 percentage oxygen in an environment to be able to work. Well, with the mask on, that dropped to 17.4. And that was just with a simple standard mask, 17.4, which which is actually dangerous to health, and it violates the OSHA requirement for your oxygenation. And oxygenation is everything, your oxygen uptake. When your oxygen intake goes down, then your blood acidity goes up. So you have acidification. That's going to create more disease. Everybody's heard about pH. And cancer can only survive in a state of acidosis, acidification. So you want to alkalinize. So you need that oxygen. Most people do not have enough oxygen uptake as it is. So you're going to reduce that further with a mask, plus the carbon dioxide exposures. You've got the toxin inhalation, and that creates stress where the body starts panicking and releases cortisol. So you've got the release of all the stress hormones, the suppression of the immune system. And it increases all that viral risk, actually increases the viral risk because of being able to turn back on some of those dormant retroviruses. And then the other thing is, oh, it's a matter of respect. You know, we have all this virtue shaming going on over the mask. Like you're going to
kill Granny.
We're going to be dying because you're not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Well, you know, healthy people don't make people sick.